if you read the Old Testament, like if you look at for example, the prophets, you look at Isaiah, you look at Ezekiel, you look at Jeremiah, you read the prophets, and you hope for the promises that are in there. The Old Testament is not a book of judgment or doom and gloom. It's a book of hope, that the current situation of the Israelites is just the current situation. It's not meant to be the end situation, that there's more. But if you're the reader of those texts and you imagine, well, how is God going to redeem us? How is God going to save us out of this situation? If you're in Old Testament trying to imagine how God is going to do this, I guarantee you that there is not one reader in the Old Testament that would ever imagine that God would become man. It would be so out of their train of thought, so incomprehensible, that God would stoop down from the power and the glory of heaven and to take on our weak and frail humanity. And yet he did. And then on top of that, not only did God become man, God died on the cross. Also, with definitely out of bounds of a faithful Jew's imagination, God does not die. And then the resurrection. For many, now there were some believers in the resurrection of the dead, but for many, again, especially the Gentiles, the Greeks would not have believed in the resurrection of the dead, again, which is why I say, if the apostles made this whole thing up, if this was all a myth, there's no way that they would have had, in their lie that they would have that this man would rise from the dead. They wouldn't. It's so absurd that they wouldn't have made it a part of their lie. No one would believe it. No one would believe it. But it actually happened. And I say all these things because we take all these things for granted, that God becomes man, God dies, God rose from the dead. We take it for granted. But before all this happened, it was so incomprehensible, so out of the imagination of the faithful believer in God that God would do such a thing. And I tell you this today, again, as we read our first reading, as St. Paul says, to him now who is able to accomplish far more than all we ask or imagine. That please, and again, I say this so many times, but it's so important. And maybe because I have to tell myself this. But really, when you ask God, ask a lot. And even ask the impossible. Don't be afraid to ask the impossible of God. Don't say, oh, well, I won't even ask because God can't do this. It's impossible. It's not true. Not true. Our imaginations and our abilities to have a problem solved in our minds and our hearts, our imagination is too small. But it's not for God. Ask him and ask a lot of it. May God bless you.